You're going to smack yourself in the face with that mic a little bit more?
Yeah, then let the honey run down the other side.
Oh, boy, you know how to get me going.
It's either A, there's too much jizz and you're like, oh my God. Yeah. It's just the right amount of jizz and you're like, perfect. Or it's not enough jizz and you're like, that was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Down.
Yeah.
No, up a little. There we go. Perfect. Right there. Oh,
sweet spot.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. Oh, no. I hit record right when that happened.
Why,
I don't like
God?
that laugh.
Why, God, do I gotta suffer? I need more. Can I get a little bit more on my mic?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. None of this sounds right.
I'm gonna get down.
Checkity, big old.
Oh, my God. Sunday. Oh, why?
I was just testing the mic. I feel like I can't hear myself right.
New shades. What? Beatles. Got me looking like a Beatle.
Check. All right.
I never been to Bahamas.
I done fuck multiple mamas.
I know. I ain't never broken a promise.
Oh, God.
That's the best line of the whole song. Outside of ASAP's ad-libs in the background. Fucking ghost ass falling down a well shit.
Calm down.
I can't. I've been doing it outside at 2 a.m. too much. No one's fessing up. It's getting annoying.
To you being outside of their house?
Doing the ASAP Ferg thing.
Yeah, you want people to fess up to that?
Yeah, I want someone to fess up to who called the cops.
Oh, I thought you meant just fess up to you being there, which seems like that would be your responsibility.
Someone needs to own up to ASAP Ferg. Someone needs to answer for this.
Yeah. Hey, did you know there's this weird large man doing your ad-libs outside of people's houses?
Yeah.
You ever go somewhere? I was at the fucking gas station before I came here.
Large man.
And there were two people. You know when you see people and you're like, you're clearly not from here or anywhere around here.
Like you look naive.
The woman was getting changed, like literal coins, for a $20 bill, and the man was scarfing down 2 gas station hot dogs in a suit jacket, standing real close to me, looking at me, and I was like, you don't stop fucking looking at me while you eat those hot dogs.
Was he slurping like a pig when he did it?
Yeah, he like ran over, like there was an altercation, and she's like standing in line asking about, or she's like
running with the dog in each hand.
No, he had them in one plastic tray that I don't think was meant for hot dogs. I don't know where he acquired it. Maybe he brought it in, but they looked so formal.
It's an Idaho thing. You bring your own tray with you everywhere you go.
Oh, and then she's like, "How much are the tolls?" And the guy's like, "I have no idea." Like the cashier guy, and she's like, "Okay, can I just get $20 worth of quarters?" And you could tell he was like, that's a lot of quarters."
That's my whole
math. That's like 100 quarters, right? Anyway.
Yeah. I had to think because at work, when I have to put the money back at night or take the money out in the morning, it says how many coins are in the roll and what the dollar amount is, and it says $25 in coins, 50. So
yeah, that's not
fast math.
What I said was not right at all. I think it's 80 quarters. No, that doesn't even seem right. Does it?
Weren't they $20 in quarters?
Yeah,
it's 40 quarters.
True. No, that's not right either.
It's 40.
It's 80 quarters. How are we this bad at this?
No, this can't be right.
It's got to be 4 times 2 at a 0.
I'm just going to have to pull up
80. Bet. I'll bet you.
Okay, yeah, let's bet before we do it. How many quarters do you think it is?
80.
80 quarters? And
the way you say that makes me doubt myself. But I know I'm
that's
right.
How you...
No, that's not right.
That's not right.
I think that's right. No, I'm going to go with it. I'm going with it. There's no way, right? That's too many quarters.
Don't make me stretch my collar in a comical way.
No, I'm writing it
80
out.
Quarters?
80 quarters. What are you saying? You gotta choose.
I know. I'm just typing it in before I hit equal. $20 in quarters would be.
You handle a lot more money than me, so you should do this better.
40. It's 40 quarters.
It's definitely not 40.
It's 40.
All right.
5? It can't be 5 quarters.
You can't even do math with the calculator.
0.25 times times 20, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know. No, that's not right.
So wait, no, it has to be 80 then, because that's $5 in quarters.
You stupid fucking bitch.
I'm out.
No, let's do.
The fuck? Okay. 0.25 times 1. So 0.25 times.
No, because it's got to be 4 to make $1.
Yeah.
So 20 times 4 is 80. Fuck. What the fuck? Why doesn't this make sense? I somehow opened up a live stream on Instagram.
20 times. Are we going to have to go to a gas station and ask for coins?
But I can't trust the gas station attendant.
Especially one scowling
Did we
at
just
me.
count it out? Because it'd be 4 quarters for $1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20.
For 5.
20
So 5
quarters
times-
is $5.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 80 quarters.
Motherfucker.
It sounds
I'm
wrong,
sorry.
though.
Why did she get so many quarters? That's too many quarters.
That's so many tolls. Where is she going on the highway
never
for
going
so
home.
long? Clearly, she must be in the witness protection program. It must be like a Camp Fear kind of thing all over again.
They were arguing outside when I went to go to my car, and they took the argument around the corner, like cordial people. That's when I was like, you're for sure not from Rockford.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to take that argument around the corner? Then she started smoking a cigarette, so I turned Future up super loud and was like, welcome to hell, bitch. And sped off. Fucking idiot. And her husband was just
I did that
barfing
I did that earlier today to somebody because I was just in this I do not give a fuck mood today when I woke up.
Nothing at all.
Whole lot of hot nothing still.
That chord's not even. It's because everything's different.
Gets sick for a week and completely forgets how to run a brand. I'm over it.
No, it's because everything got put in this box, so it's hard to see.
Cole's eating cheese curds somewhere. Good to know.
Shocking.
Very.
No, I didn't turn mine off. This will help us stay on beat.
Raindrop. Drop top. Smoking up,
What's
cooking
your
the hot
fucking
bar.
go-to?
That's that
What are you,
tempo.
100? That's every tempo now. But a lot of old sayings don't make sense anymore. You know what I mean?
Such as,
The bee's knees.
why not? What doesn't make sense about the bee's knees?
What does make sense about the bee's knees?
I don't think it was something
You're
that
gonna
was.
smack yourself in the face with that mic a little bit more?
Yeah, and then let the honey run down the other side.
Oh boy, you know how to get me going.
Oh man, well I got to get y'all super charged up for this good old
What
episode.
the fuck are you doing?
Tightening it because I noticed I wasn't standing as erect as I was before when you came over and assisted me.
Yeah, you're never erect anymore. You're just gonna smash you in your stupid face.
Because you won't get erect anymore.
That's how I get erect. Add it to the list.
Man, some usable pre you sucked out of your dork.
But yeah, a lot of sayings.
What if I just had a seizure?
My
because of
grandma
that?
has epilepsy.
Wow, now you've made me look like a huge ass.
Why? Because my grandma has epilepsy.
Yeah, and I just pretended to have a seizure.
My dad might have epilepsy. I might get epilepsy one day. That sounds like if I'm a good kid. I might get epilepsy one day if I finish all my homework.
Dad says that someday, if I graduate high school, he'll give me epilepsy.
Epileps.
Give me the old epileps.
He calls them epileps.
You have some Erkin jerk with your epileps. Could have had that Erkin jerk. We're gonna get you a brandy slushy one of these days. What if we just make them ourselves?
I don't want to put that much effort into it.
I mean,
I don't know.
we could just get like the baby bottles of it. You know, we don't gotta get a whole bottle of
Why
brandy.
don't we just get a baby bottle pop? Baby bottle pop. Lick the bottle, dip it and shake it, and lick it again.
Is that how it went?
Yeah, something like that. Like, what is it? It's got to be like lick the top, dip it, and
I
shake
just
it.
remember baby
It's very
bottle pop,
erotic.
baby
sounding.
bottle pop. That's
Yeah.
all I remember.
And then I'm pretty sure it goes lick the tip, dip it, and it probably doesn't say lick the tip.
Yeah, I
the
guarantee
top.
we've been tainted by our
It
music
says lick
choices.
the something, dip it and shake it, then lick it again. Because even as a kid, I was like, bad songwriting.
We're gonna need somebody to fact check the baby bottle
I'll
pop.
splice
theme
it in
song.
here.
It's baby bottle pop. It's a baby bottle pop. Just lick the pop, dip it and shake it.
You can't
might as well.
fucking give me a copyright thing about a fucking
What are some other
90s.
What are some other good 90s jingles? Okay, I always remember the Taco Bell commercial or the Enchiritos commercial. Do you remember that?
No.
It was like the dudes, they were just singing Enchirito at like an a cappella group over and over again, and that was the commercial, like in an alley. And then they're like, Taco Bell, Enchiritos.
I don't even remember what that was.
I don't remember what it was either. I just remember
enchilada burrito. I'm assuming.
It was because it was like a burrito that they smothered in enchilada sauce, and it was the pre-smothered burrito. They called it an enchilada.
You got to give it to Taco Bell. They are constantly evolving,
literally.
But then they take it all away.
And then they bring it back like a year later when no one cares about it. When people are like, "Oh, remember when they did that?" And then like it doesn't sell, and then they have to come up with something new, like a chicken taco or.
Oh, that chicken taco was
so good. Though, man.
It's one of those things that you're like,
chips.
I should not be eating this.
But
the
it was
chicken
so good.
taco, that should not fucking exist.
The only thing that would have made a chicken taco better is if they still put beef fillings in it, so you had beef and chicken together on a taco.
Yeah, I love a fucking weird hybrid.
I love a myriad.
I stopped eating fast food, but God, I love Taco Bell so much.
Who doesn't love Taco Bell? It's top tier.
It's like
fast
underrated.
Food.
You don't talk about it a lot, but like usually when you're like, "What's your favorite fast food?" people don't go Taco Bell.
No, it's pretty tight though.
It's fucking
Taco Bell may not be high quality, but it's always been there for you.
Yeah, and it's like better quality now than it used to be.
Remember that
it's just hard to not order too much food.
Well, yeah, because
I don't want to harp on this.
No, but you think about how small the items look in your hand, and you're like, I could eat like 7. And drunk you has a completely different Taco Bell order than sober you. Could we talk about
$45 easy,
beyond easy, especially if I'm getting all kinds of extras.
Like. Yeah, I want the shredded chicken burrito. That's my go-to. That's my main bitch.
Right.
3 shredded chicken burritos. Excuse me. I like a hard shell taco.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like it.
Because you're an animal.
A soft shell taco. I'll take either.
I've never gotten a hard shell taco from Taco Bell that like wasn't fucked up in some way. There wasn't like a chip missing out of it or it was like broken. Yeah, literally. I've never had a perfect hard shell taco from Taco Bell.
I wouldn't say mine are perfect, but they're
they're all doable. I mean, they're all eatable.
I mean,
but like,
yeah, edible.
Yeah,
they eatable.
If you can make friable or edible, it's gonna be deliciable.
You definitely want to get like a nacho Bel Grande. Need to do the I'm a big fan of the meat and potato burrito, although that combo is done much better at Taco John's.
True.
Their crispy chicken potato burrito, out of
It's the crispiness that gets you with it, because I've always preferred the taste of Taco John's over Taco Bell, but the convenience and the quickness of Taco Bell over Taco.
Because you go to Taco John's, you don't see. I was gonna say coffee. I don't know. You don't see coffee. You don't see Taco John's like anywhere.
No, but when you do, it's always like a nice treat. Like when you get it, you're like, damn, this is good.
I've come back from, I think, Minnesota and been like, where are we going to eat? We should stop somewhere, and then just see a Taco John's and be like, let's do Taco John's.
For the record, if we're ever on a road trip and there's a chance to stop at a Taco John's, I will take it because I can't eat there.
I did that. That was the last time I had Taco John's, was like coming back from somewhere.
Tubs of potatoes, Olay.
I know, and like if you eat in, they have a lot of great sauces and salsas.
Lots of them, and no one tells you about it. That's like a well-kept
and no one
secret
stops you from taking like I like to
as
mix
much
a couple,
sauce as
like
you
the
want.
real hot one, and then they have another one that's like good, and put them together, and you get this cup of cheese. I do at least with the. God damn, yeah, I love that. I have a friend that I didn't know worked at Taco John's, so then the one out here, and the last couple times I went, he's like, here's free shit, and I'm like, fuck yeah. Gave me those little like chicken nugget pieces things,
man,
which I'd never gotten, and I'm like, it's essentially what's in the burrito, and
but
I'm
it's
like,
so
fuck
good.
Yeah.
Oh man, if you get them tossed in the sauces, that's the way to do it. They do them like boneless wings or whatever, but like
Taco John's crazy underrated.
Taco
they close
John's
really early.
Give us a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Man, there was one time my buddy and I went to Taco John's like right when it was like a half hour before closing, and we pull into the drive-thru, and she goes, all we have is soft shells and shredded chicken. And we were like, okay, no thanks.
Yeah,
just pulled away.
Put it together, you stupid bitch.
Oh, well, okay. Why don't you go ahead and whip me up 17 of those? I'll assume that's about $5 because that sounds fair.
Me and Matt the God went to go there once. Like we were like forever trying to figure, when you're just sitting around, you're like, what the fuck do I want to eat? I don't even know. Finally, it might have been me. One of us was like Taco John's, and I was like, hell yeah. So then we drive over there, and it looks crazy, and we walk in and there's no room to stand. There's like 50 people in the Taco John's, and the lady behind the counter is like, it's gonna be at least an hour before I can take your order. Everybody called in today. And I was like, all right, you have a good day.
Yeah.
Because there's no way in hell I'm waiting an hour to have my order taken. And then I assume she takes every order and then personally makes it.
She has to.
Yeah, it might not have been an hour, but it was a astronomical amount of time.
The fact that many people came in and were willing to put up with it is what's confusing to me about. Because like I don't know.
There's other shit over there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because like when I think about
there's a beefaroo across the street.
When I think about like you and me and the way we are out in public, like I'm not gonna sit there and wait forever for something. You know, like I'll wait like 5-10 minutes for something. But like after that, it's like no, I should not be waiting this long.
Especially
to get something
up front.
To eat. Absolutely up front.
Like if I'm going to somewhere like Cracker Barrel where you know there's going to be a wait, I'll tell whoever I'm going with, like, if it's over 15 minutes, I'm not fucking doing it. Right. It's not worth it.
Because it's like, not worth it just to sit there to wait to eat. And
sit
just, like,
in your racist chairs outside Cracker Barrel.
Nice rocking chairs, though.
But they feel racist, right?
Well, just because it's a rocking chair on a porch doesn't mean it's racist.
But it feels weird.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
like
it's a very white Republican store out there. I mean, it just looks like
Last time I went to Cracker Barrel, they had the fire going. Did I tell this story? It was so hot. And then I'm sitting there facing the fireplace because there's one of those seats like right across from it. And I like doing the shit with my mind where I'm like, I wish they would put the fucking fire out. It's way too hot.
You told me that, and then the fire went out.
Then the bitch that was doing the fire tripped and literally was going face first into it. And I was like, oh God, what have I done? Yeah, she like stumbled over the stupid like rock floor that they have. And I was like, oh shit, I must see.
What would you have done if she fell face first into that fire?
Well, judging off of how I reacted watching it almost happen, I guess I wasn't going to save her because I didn't move at all. I was like, all right, I guess today we watch this bitch burn.
You strike me as a don't be a hero kind of guy.
And she like, I think she just like left hand palmed the top of the fireplace and caught herself, but was mad close to just... Could you imagine? No. I bet a lot of people would be upset. It was like a Sunday.
If she died by falling in the fire and caught on fire.
Was, like, if you want to know what I was imagining, she goes in, leaps out, and she's on fire, and her hair is all gone, and she's, it looks like there's something from The Simpsons. Like, when was Willie on fire in a treehouse of horror?
Yeah, when he became the Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, that. That's what I was working with at a Cracker Barrel. And I don't even think I got my food yet. That's how much I was just not going to save her.
That's why you didn't want to save her, because your food didn't come out yet.
Well, I just wasn't. If I was eating in my mind, I'd be like, that's why I didn't like.
If she had brought your food out and you had been eating and fine, you would have saved her.
No, I wouldn't. I definitely would. If I was eating, I would have been eating. But you know, like when you see something and your body kind of like you don't have to actually go into action, but you know that your body was prepared. Like you make a little movement. Like, okay, if it goes off, I'm ready to go. I was just legit like slumped back like, that bitch gonna burn today at this Cracker Barrel in Naperville or something.
Ugh.
I'm going to edit that out.
Yeah, edit out where the Cracker Barrel was.
Edit out all of the Cracker Barrel.
Just edit out this whole story.
Fuck that store part, too, because there's so many people.
There's so many
and they're like, God, I can't wait to look at this stupid fucking sweater. Shit. Or this country music CD from a country music artist that I'm pretty sure doesn't exist and was fabricated in the Cracker Barrel corporate office.
Just to make music for Cracker Barrel.
Oh, I love these old candies. I haven't seen these since I was a stupid kid. Well, get the fuck out of my way. You're 100.
Order them off of Amazon like everyone else these days in bulk. You can get, I guarantee, hand of God, I could go on Amazon right now and look up like old-time variety candy pack.
Just type in bullshit
Just type in bullshit candy. They'll send me a fucking box for $5 that'll feed the whole nursing home, and I can make everybody's week.
And like, you know how I hate when people are in my way at stores? That is the antithesis of people standing in your way. It's the Cracker Barrel store. Because I'm looking around to kill the 15 minutes that they're making me wait to get a table.
Right.
So my interest is like not even there.
No.
I'm not gonna. I've never bought anything from the Cracker Barrel store.
I've bought chocolate-covered potato chips and bullshit candy. I can't lie.
I used to like their root beer. I didn't buy it, but as a kid, it was
pretty much anywhere you go and there's homemade root beer, you know it's good.
But now I hate root beer.
Really?
Yeah,
I love it. It's the only dark soda I'll drink.
What?
Yeah, I don't like Mr. Pibb. I don't like Dr.
No one likes
Pepper.
Mr. Pibb or
I don't
Dr.
like
Pepper.
Pepsi. I don't like
Or
Coke.
Pepsi. Coke is okay.
Coke is disgusting.
Coke is the only one.
No, all soda
Coke
is
is
bleh.
fine.
Soda tastes like
I don't
garbage.
drink pop either, but Coke is. The last pop I had was a sip of Coke, and it was a lot because I haven't drank pop in a while. So when I had the sip, I was like, ugh,
yeah, the
it
last
tastes like acid.
The last soda I had was that root beer we got from
Carlisle.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. For some reason, I wanted to say Prairie
Got
Street.
shattered all over my fucking garage.
Yeah, but it wasn't super carbonated, so that's why it didn't taste like complete battery acid. It was like really syrupy sweet because you could tell they made it themselves.
Nice. Have you ever had to change the pop at have you ever worked
Yes.
somewhere? Fucking hate that shit.
They actually routinely call me into the food area
Oh, yeah, I guess they
over at
do.
work because I'm the only one big enough to pick it up and not bitch about it.
Yeah. So heavy, right?
I mean, not terribly, but I could see
More
where
than you would imagine.
More
Like,
than
when
you would
get
have.
a-
Yeah,
when
no,
you
the
get a
first
pop,
time
you
do
don't
it.
think there's a very heavy syrup component
it is.
behind this.
It turns out all because I mean, well, you got to think about it. It's all sugar, right? It's just sugar syrup.
Yeah,
Think
it's
about how much
slime.
think about how much like a bag of sugar weighs, and then
Yeah.
think about how much water weighs, and then just think about how much sugar and water together has to weigh.
Yeah, it's like a fucking weird slime. I didn't know.
Slurm.
Yeah, it's like a slime, and then you jizz in it.
All I do is jizz and everything.
Did you? At Chuck E. Cheese, we had to lift up a garbage can of ice into the ice machine
We don't
and
do
pour
that.
it in.
Our machine makes its own ice.
Yeah, I would recommend never doing that. Because
Sounds like a good way
as
to get ice and
16-year-old,
water all over you.
It's a good way to throw your back out. A garbage can full of ice.
That's a
You know
lot of
how
ice.
heavy that fucking is?
It's a lot of ice.
Oh my god.
Now I know that the ice at Chuck E. Cheese comes out of a trash can.
It's only used for ice.
But still,
And
what
it's
if
on
someone
wheels.
messes up?
I'm sure someone's done something to it because I know for
That's not sanitary. There's no way that's sanitary.
you know what? And that's on the bottom of the list of
Why
things
are you
that are
defending
wrong
it?
with Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not. I'm saying there's other things that are crazy.
Yeah.
You know Parmesan cheese? Here we go. We're gonna spill some secrets. Parmesan cheese. I don't know if this happens everywhere.
The sawdust thing?
No.
Oh, God. Worse? Mites?
Probably equal. Yeah, it's not. No, the Parmesan cheese is Parmesan cheese,
Thank God.
but it sits out on the table all day, and then we just take them and put them in a bigger container. So then they just like circulate. I don't know. That doesn't feel right. Like Parmesan cheese sitting out on the table all day, and then we put it in a thing and put it in a freezer, and then you put it from that thing back into the things. So it's just like. I don't know if I explained that well, but it's fucking.
I feel like
I was always like, no,
you
this is
described
gross.
a weird, scary machine that just recycles Parmesan cheese.
No,
to
but
me.
it's people. So like when the Parmesan cheese is empty.
The machine is the Parmesan cheese is people.
Yes, that's what I was trying to get to. So it's ground up people, and that's really all I have to say about that.
Did you get that meme I sent the chat last week where it was like, "Welcome to Robot Mouse and Pizza's house"?
Oh yeah, I did. I enjoyed that because I work there.
I know. I sent it specifically for you in the chat.
Oh, weird. It's weird that you're always thinking about me.
So, out in the country where the Dapper Dads record, it's nice and easy out here, the way things used to be. Rustic, gentle, calming, family values. American made, prairie, denim, authentic, handmade, artisan crafted folk art festival featuring the Dapper Dads.
That's the dream. I think that's the goal.
You burned another flaming drama in the
I
microwave.
did have meatballs, you son of a
you?
bitch, but it was in a pasta. I ate too many. Those meatballs are so good. I eat so many and then I hate them.
I'm amazed you didn't
I
eat
had
more at my party.
3 bags of those, 3 quick bags in my freezer.
Three best
I looked
meatball
at
brands. Did we do this already?
No, I just like that one brand. Still don't know the name. They make 52 meatballs in a bag. So my freezer has, with a quick math, 100
Are you autistic?
156 meatballs in my freezer. The 10-day 156 meatball challenge.
It's not a
Can
challenge.
he do
You're
it?
just a lot. Oh my guy, I'm gonna have to cook for you on Monday or something because I'm gonna have to get you a real meal that isn't just meatballs. Yeah, well, and then you get the 2 drawbacks from that. You either there's 3 outcomes here. There's either 3 quick outcomes. It's either A, there's too much jizz and you're like, oh my God. Yeah. It's just the right amount of jizz and you're like, perfect. Or it's not enough jizz and you're like, that was it?
It's like the fucking, what am I thinking of?
The three bears.
What is the three jizzes?
Wow, that's somebody touching my spaghetti. Somebody touching my jizz.
This has too much jizz. This doesn't have enough jizz. This is just the right amount of jizz. I'm thinking
you're
sleeper hold, but I'm a little stronger.
You're so autistic. You're like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. You're literally like,
gotta stop bringing that up.
You're like,
well, it can't be both Lennies. All the rabbits are dead.
You tense up when I hug you. I just worry. So you're like, don't.
I never knew affection when I was a kid.
Same.
So. Shit, me too.
Shit, me too. I'll give you all my potassium if you give. No, apparently the pills I take are worth 20 bananas. That's what my doctor told me.
That's what my doctor told me, but he was talking about something different. I have it where you ever, like, when you wake up.
There's enough pus in this knee for 20 bananas.
when you wake up and you like stretch your foot and you like kind of like push your toes down and like stretch your feet out, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and then your foot does that weird cramp thing.
Yeah, and it's like a Charlie horse in the heel of your fucking
foot.
I
get it in the middle.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like the arch. Yeah,
like I get it in the arch, and then like your toe, like,
and then you're like, it's like the worst.
Do you do it? Is it the ones where like you have to stand up on it to make it go away?
No, I can't even move. I like literally, it's like debilitating, and it's the worst because that stretch is my favorite stretch. Like stretching your feet out and getting them like out of the blanket,
tingling,
when you wake up
and just
like,
getting that big,
you make that little like.
Body.
Noise. Mine's very
when you wake up,
grinding my teeth and snoring and screaming and occasionally going.
Yeah, the other like, and drama, how you doing today?
Like I think you're a little loud. I think just a smidge.
I can't hear myself in the mic.
This feels short.
If I had a nickel,
would you have a nickel?
If
I had a nickel, I'd have one nickel.
I'd have a couple different nickels. Back when they had pictures of bumblebees on them. Give me 5 bees for a quarter, you'd say. Had an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time. We didn't have any white onions because of the war. Just big yellow ones.
I feel like a goblin comes down and fucks with all our shit. Because everything is just slightly ajar all the time. And the settings don't seem the same ever.
What an odd kitschy thing.
Your shit seems so high.
Because you had a panic attack last time.
You want to see a panic attack?
You want to see a panic attack, man? I've been depressed all day. Has not been a good day.
They never are.
All around. It's just very,
sexual. Got a lot of negative sexual energy.
Everything sounds popping in the mic. Yeah, sounds good.
No.
Oh.
No, bad.
Everything's
very bad.
Do you know what okay. Remember, like, I saw a thing online that said, the 50s through the 90s had a very distinctive feel to it, but like the 2000s haven't felt like anything. And somebody commented, they're like, it's because like you're living in it right now, but when history looks back, they will. Like, do you not remember emo kids already?
Yeah.
And
that's what I was thinking. There's an internet culture.
Oh my God. I don't even like to think about internet culture because we were young when internet culture was coming out. So like
we're like that perfect shitty.
It wasn't ironic for us. Yeah. Like, because it just was what it was.
And
we
it
were
just
like,
was. That was when it was really like those were the Wild West.
God, the early
like on school computers because no one knew what the fuck was going on in the world.
Would you compare it to the Wild West of the internet days because it was just a godless, lawless wasteland? Like
that's what I mean.
No, I was gonna say, would it be like a godless, lawless Western land, or is it like an awful apocalyptic future?
No, I think it's the Wild West. The apocalyptic future isn't still in the future.
Is it a past or is it a future?
It's gonna be the future.
Meanwhile,
it's where we live. We live on the internet. How did that happen?
Well, this guy in Sweden tied a bunch of inters together and made a net out of it, and we found out we can send data through it. And then Al Gore brought it to the United States in 1912. at the World's Fair. It was one of the 12
held
wonders
on
of the
to
world.
it forever.
And held on to it forever.
Bogarted it.
Told everyone.
Uploaded all the porn we watched today.
Told Al.
It's weird that he had access.
Al
to
Sharpton
things so
himself has held on to the internet for the last... and my numbers could be wrong here, but I did the math before I showed up. 718 years.
Yeah, approximately.
Because the Middle Ages were made up.
Yeah.
Have you read that at all?
No.
There's-
I can't read anything anymore.
There's a dumbass conspiracy theory out there that the Middle Ages were made up by like some like Roman purists or like people from the old Catholic Church or something like that, because apparently King Charlemagne is made up. The Middle Ages were completely made up because there's no evidence except for things that were written down.
Yeah.
And so technically we're living in the year like 1592. And so like 2012 hasn't happened yet.
I actually don't want to do this right now
You
with
sure?
the state I'm in today.
Are you sure?
Because that just kind of freaked me out.
Did it really?
Got a lot going on in my mind.
But bro, it's not even real.
No.
Don't
then
do
I
this.
think about
Don't
dying.
do this. Why do you think about dying?
I always think about dying.
So do I, bitch. But what are you going to do about it?
I don't know, man. It's just super scary.
Okay, so there was a young boy, and when he was 5, his dad presented him with a watch. And he said, this watch is the countdown until you die. So make sure you live your life before this watch counts down. So this guy went out.
I've seen this Black Mirror.
And he climbed mountains, and he swam rivers, and he did everything. And then, as he was old, he did everything he wanted to do. He kissed his wife goodbye one last time, and then the watch beeped.
What the fuck was this?
But the man didn't die. And for the first time in his life, he was truly afraid.
That was way too much to deal with. That was exactly what I was trying to avoid. Your fucking watch stories.
Fast Finger Slim's Watch Stories, a side podcast coming from the Dapper Dads brand. Here's a quick 10-minute podcast of Fast Finger Slim reading you
Three quick watches.
3 quick watch stories into the radio. One time I was in a Glockenspiel shop in Hamburg, Germany, and they had a beautiful handcrafted bronze Glockenspiel hammer. Now the hammer itself wasn't initially part of the Glockenspiel design. It was later brought in by Joseph von Fritzl when he started. I can't.
I was like, he's really going.
I'll keep
Joseph
going.
von Schnitzel. I miss that guy. He used to drink with us all the time. And then
If there's a
got
guy
married and
named
became a
Joseph
bitch.
von Schwitzel who listens to the show,
it's the one.
no, that sounds so horrible. What if his name's just like Jonathan? What if his name's I say your
Jonathan
name and you
von
believe it?
Schwitzel.
Shut up. What if that's not his last name?
That's all their last names.
Germany.
Germany.
I was in love with a German
your
girl
checkered
once.
past.
Yeah, but at least they acknowledge it was bad, unlike the United States, who's like, well, Nazis aren't all bad guys. Pieces of shit.
Have a head cold.
I thought you were swiping sweat away. I was like, what is wrong with you?
I was so, when you drink a bunch and the next day you're warm, I was outside this morning in my t-shirt and I was like, feel great.
When we
I'm just run hot for like 12 hours after drinking.
God, I'm amazed we weren't steaming when we came out of that bar last night because the windows on the inside were very fogged up.
Yeah, it never went away. Even today, I was like, what the fuck? I broke the car. No, there's like, I'll fix it. You,
Oh no, we are not doing this every single week.
well, you
I
gotta stop
swear to
being a
God.
fucking monster.
I'm not the monster. Apparently, there's a goblin that comes down here and touches
I don't know. I
everything.
think it could be your big stupid hands too.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's my big
And you're
fucking
also
bucket
just
hands.
ungodly far away. Why even fucking record down here? Why don't you just yell from the fucking staircase?
Mama said, "Murla."
Yeah, see, I need to control that so that doesn't
There's
happen.
no controlling that. That's gonna be my designer when we go out to the bar tonight. Whopper, just Gigi Allen yourself. God is fuck.
What are we even going to talk about this episode? We got to live up to that last one.
It hadn't occurred to me.
Hadn't really thought about it.
I hadn't really.
I feel like we're in too deep to just be free balling.
I know, right? You got to got thought. I mean, I can't think of a single one I mean, I know. Did you watch Friends extensively when it was on TV?
My mom watched Friends extensively.
She was like really into it.
Yes, like her favorite show of all time.
My sister was really into Friends, but I kind of like half paid attention to it. Joey had that weird spinoff for like a year or two with his like awful trashy sister that he lived with.
But he still has but he has another thing now.
Does he?
Yeah, because this one comedian I like a lot stopped doing comedy to write for the fucking show.
What?
Yeah,
and Matt LeBlanc is on it.
Yeah, and he looks mad old. His hair's real gray.
I've seen the pictures of it. No, you want to
Man with a Plan or something?
You want to know who looks crazy fucked up now that they're getting older? Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. Did you see
the cowboy hat?
No, there's a YouTube video of him like accepting an award, and it's like chopped up, and it's fucking Randy thinks it's the funniest thing ever.
I feel so bad for the guy.
He's like awkward and looks like he did crack at some point. Yeah, his mannerisms are very weird.
I mean, can we say that we think Brendan Fraser has done crack? Is that a thing?
I mean, I think he has. Up more?
Yeah, up a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
No, up a little. There we go. Perfect. Right there.
Sweet spot.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Hit that sweet ASMR part of my brain.
Asthma.
Hit my asthma spot, Daddy. I wish you didn't gulp after I said that.
That was me gulping a big cock.
Always
the size are always together now, but when we started, the size were like every episode. I feel like we were like, and now life is getting brighter.
Life is getting so much brighter. It's almost like we have like a tactful repertoire going back and forth now that we can rely on for the show.
Yeah, we technically in the shows never even say life's getting dark anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we don't say anymore. Do we still say full government name?
It not really. It's sprinkled in.
We don't scream aesthetic anymore.
Not the same. Yeah, we've changed.
We've changed a lot.
Yeah, it's weird.
Who are you?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure it out for a long time.
Same, man. 26 years.
Yeah. I don't like to say my age. I'm 300.
When you say my name, say my name. When no one is around you, say
Slim,
baby,
I love you.
Say Slim, sign my titties.
Why you playing games?
Say my name.
That's just me in the corner, like, why you playing games? Slim, sign your big boobs, bitch.
Yeah, why Slim? Don't play them Slimmy games. Let me sign your big tits. Don't play Slim games. Let me sign your titties.
Have you tried that yet?
No, this is actually my first time trying
God.
it. Let's give it a swig. This is jizz, by the way, for those of you listening at home. It's just a
There's no video for this.
Big old growler of jizz.
That's one of those containers that's hard to manage when you try to sip from it.
Wow, that is good.
I don't like root beer.
That is crazy good.
I don't like roots, I think, because I love beer.
Do you like carrots?
I'm indifferent.
Do you like potatoes?
Yeah.
Potatoes are root vegetables.
Okay.
You like potatoes?
Sure, like a lot of things.
Smell like beef. Just to get so stressed out listening to me, you're like, son of a bitch, another. What episode is this going to be?
I smashed these at the bar. My back. This is 28.
My smokes, my back, my anxiety attacks. If we had to give you a new theme song, that would be your theme song. When we talk about it, I'll be like, yeah, before the show, we came up with dramas. It would be my smokes, my back, my anxiety attacks. Can I see your lighter?
Pretty accurate. Here, I'm going to give you this one. That's
perfect.
It was me.
I wish.
And I had a flaming bag of shit. And I was like, I lit it on fire too early. What's the next step? I'm like, and you're like, your hand. And I'm like, yeah, my hand. With what? And you're like, it's on fire. And I'm like,
take the hand.
All right.
Drop the bag somewhere fast.
I throw it in your house.
And I'm like,
suckers.
Where I wanted to go.
I'm like, come on, get it. We got to get out of here before old man Johnson wakes up. And you're like, this is my house.
I go stomp on the. To answer your question, it looks kind of like that. But like, make the curve go up. Yeah, but more like
more curve.
Yeah, like more
like
turd.
I constantly
like
come
like
on
when
my chest.
like when I'm erect, it just like points at my face.
Well, that sounds rough.
Well, can you imagine imagine like we go to like fuck some chick, right? Like it's just one of those weird. They're like, you're the Dapper dads, be inside me at the same time, and it's like, well, buddy, if we rub chubbies, this is just how it goes. And I whip my dick out, and you're focusing on the woman clearly, but you just happen to glance, you look, she's going to suck my dick, and it's just like up, it's like up like that, and like she has to like pull it down to like suck on it, and then she saw like she pulls it out, she was like, and it goes like right back up.
Yeah, it like springs up. I feel like seeing one of my friend's dick would be one of those.
I feel like
most uncomfortable feel, and like when you think about it, you're like maybe it wouldn't be.
Okay,
but then like
I've been in situations where I've accidentally seen people's dicks, not like
I've been in situations where guys show me their dicks, and it's always weird, but then it's not. I guess it's not as weird. I don't know. I feel like the closer the friendship, the weirder it would be to see her dick. And I've never seen someone's erect dick.
See, I feel like the closer the friendship, the less weird it gets.
No, because after that, there's nothing. Like there's always
Like
but I feel like
it's just a dick. Everybody's got it.
I don't know. I feel like I would see it and I would be very uncomfortable, and I would think about it for a long time.
It would make me. Of course you would.
I assume, when you think about like seeing a dick or encountering a dick, it's always circumcised in my head.
See, yeah, always. I always just think of seeing like the tip of the dick, but then like
that's what a dick looks like.
Well, because like I think
that's what all the drawings and art is.
Well, I think
you
part
never
of it.
You never see a painting of an uncircumcised dick.
Well, like the old paintings, like where it's like biblical paintings and shit.
Back when they couldn't.
I don't know, man. It's so weird because like I guess we're not supposed to have it cut, but like we do, and it doesn't cause any issues from what I can tell.
It like what I've heard is it reduces like feeling, which I'm like, I don't need.
Yeah, I mean, could I get a little bit more volume?
No.
Can you turn on my vocals on the track? A little bit more. Little bit. There we go. That's better. Now I feel
Oh shit.
I feel like I can hear myself better.
Yeah, I can hear you better.
Pretty sure I got tinnitus, but whatever.
Yeah, I used to watch Christopher Titus's show back in 1999. You remember that?
No.
It's called Titus.
What the fuck is a Christopher Titus?
He's like a comedian, but that's all I know him from. Like I've seen him. He's like a very old comedian. I think he might still do things. Christopher Titus. He had a show on Fox in the late 90s just called Titus. His dad was like one of those old men you've seen in a lot of shows.
Somebody fact check this. Does Christopher Titus actually exist?
I remember the show because one episode, when you're younger and you're watching things and there's weird references. I remember I was watching an episode with my sister, and I remember I was 9 years old, and they said something like, I think he got a vasectomy, and he was like, yeah, now my scrotum's cleaner than a 9-year-old's. And I was sitting right next, and I was like, this is very targeted, and I felt very uncomfortable. Like sex scenes with your parents projected onto your garage in the backyard.
Because your dad's trying to give you the talk.
Yeah. He's like, it's best if I can point at it with a laser.
Now, son, if you take a look here at 5746 in the Bodyguard, you can see where...
You're going to see Ariel.
You're not going to see any penises or butts or vaginas or anything, but you are going to see some thrusting underneath a sheet, and that's pretty much everything I need you to understand.
And they can only do... What is it, like 3 thrusts? There's like a lot of weird rules. 3 thrusts before the camera.
I've never looked into it.
I can't remember what it was. I was like...
Is it implied that less than 3 humps is not sex?
And this has probably changed because I feel like this was a while ago. I think it was just something like it's too much sex. That's why if you watch, there'll be a lot of like sex, and then it'll clip away, and then it clips back because they can only show... I don't know. Who fucking knows?
I don't know. I feel like we got to look into this now.
Yeah.
For reasons.
For all that thrusting we're going to do on camera.
Well, if you're going to be displaying your penis.
Yes. It's so hard to explain the aesthetic I'm going for there.
I can see it in my head.
It's bad, isn't it? It's definitely the worst way to display a man's penis.
It's not the way an attractive man displays his penis.
Yeah, because just t-shirt with dick out, like Daffy Duck in it, it's bad. But if you get it right in that beautiful little triangle, I did it once, standing up, wiping my ass, and I looked down and I said, good Lord, this should never be seen by anyone. And then I painted it. Oil on canvas. Mixed media.
You did a painting of your dick, or you used your dick to paint?
Both.
Oh, you used your dick to paint a painting of your dick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very meta.
Is that what that is hanging up in your living room? You know,
That's how I painted the house. What do you mean? You mean those walls hanging up in my living room? I'm gonna get more. I swear to God.
There's nothing.
Come over next summer. There's gonna be more walls. I promise.
There's no paint like on the first 3 feet of the ceiling because like you can't get up there.
Yeah,
but then there's still like the slap marks where you could reach. And
yeah,
you're like,
when it's spotty because I can't keep making the same height because I got worn out. Then there's a bunch of me laying on the floor. So there's just little painted dicks because I just passed out from exhaustion from jumping and slapping my paint.
But you
on the
never
wall.
clean up afterwards.
No.
You're like, yeah, it's the aesthetic of the house. You know, I mean, this is really a labor of love, literally.
Mm-hmm. And you're like, I like how you did like a maroon with splashes of white. And I'm like, yeah, that was thought out.
That's what I was going for.
Definitely. I love marbling. I don't know that marbling is a sex term, but I bet you it is, right? You ever say things and you're like, I bet that's a sex term.
I'm going to go ahead and look up marbling Urban Dictionary and see what comes up.
I hope it's gross.
It's probably...
Sex is gross, so...
I feel like it's just something like shoving marbles up your ass, but we'll see.
Oh, and then you just pop them out?
Yeah, but that's kind of like...
Fun? Good way to spend a Wednesday?
It's just kind of simplistic.
Yeah, but that's where you start. I found...
marbling...
Mm-hmm.
That ain't shit. Marbling is during fellatio the act of placing gonads in your mouth either for sucking, licking, or gentle tugging.
Yeah, that's not...
Or when dropping a deuce, taking a dump, dropping the kids off at the pool, the fecal deposit after flushing leaves an artistic swirl of streaks and smudges behind in the bowl resembling sections of marble.
That makes more sense. Still not exciting.
Here we go. Inserting gonads into lover's anus with your thumb and forefinger like flicking a marble.
Okay, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah,
there we go. It's good when you have to go a few down on Urban Dictionary. Find the true gold at the bottom of the well. I was going to say, like, there's gold in wells.
That would hurt, I feel like.
Yeah.
Putting your testicle in someone's ass.
Yeah, that's got to be a gaping asshole.
All right. Are you okay?
No, not really.
I can tell that you're not feeling well.
No, I'm not.
I'm sorry, buddy.
It's going to be the worst episode ever.
No, it's going to be all right. I got some good energy I can bring to it, so we'll be okay.
But no one cares about you.
Oh, yeah. People are only listening to the show
they
for you,
want
right?
the good shit. The real.
I mean, I take it you're not recovering well. People think it's the glasses nose combination, but you just take it off.
They try to take my nose like your uncle did when you were a kid.
Yeah, that's what my uncle grabbed when I was a kid.
My uncle took my nose and never gave it back.
Yeah, my uncle took a couple of things and never gave it back.
Oh, this is free, and I don't think that's appropriate.
We'll just cut it out. What are we gonna do?
Hate ourselves?
We should put the little baby Henny closer so that people can see it.
That Henny was fun.
Curse that little Henny bottle.
Love that little Henny bottle.
Man, where are my smokes at? What did I do with
I don't
my
know.
smokes?
You better have a lighter, too, because as you heard, I don't.
I do have lighters. Does it make me look more, how do I say this, royal?
No, it makes you look less royal, actually.
Interesting. I would think the fact that I'm shining. Hey, drama, notice anything different about me? Look closer, drama.
You look less royal.
Oh, yeah, you're 100 feet tall, made out of solid gold. All hail King Slim. So today on the Dapper Dads, we got Fast Finger Slim and Drama here. We're going to be taking a contemporary look at some freeform jazz from John Coltrane. We got a couple of 8 tracks that were dug up. Hey everyone, this is the Dapper Dads together. Today on the show, we're just going to be keeping it a little quiet. We're just going to be talking about a couple nice things here. First of all, our first guest on the show tonight is Julia Mitchells. She's got some lovely Peruvian wildflowers she's going to be talking to us about. She's got a lovely photography series online on her Tumblr. She's got prints for sale on Pinterest, so check her out at Julia Loves Black Veil Brides 36 at gmail.com. Should probably get a better business email there, Julia. And then coming up around 4 o'clock after that lovely flower expose, we're going to be having every single person in Brockhampton on the show here in the studio for our NPR Tiny Desk concert.
It's going to get a little wild. They told us that they are going to be playing 7 different acoustic versions of Boogie, one right after the other. So I'm really looking forward to hearing the a cappella version of Boogie. I heard Merlin is just going to providing the woos the whole time. After the Tiny Desk concert coming at 8 o'clock tonight, we got John Williams in here from, the goddamn conductor who who wrote all the music for every movie you've ever loved ever. And he's going to be telling us how he gets to watch movies before he writes the music for it, so he gets to hear all of the uncomfortable shuffling, and then he has to craft music around it. So if you've loved any movie in the last 50 years, you have to suck John Williams' old hairy balls for it. And then after that, that's going to be the end of the show tonight. Make sure you stick around. It is Friday, so we're going to be having our fantastic blues freeform jam solo night tonight. So we've got the John Burst Blues Experience coming through. And for the first time, we have a Japanese blues band coming in on the show, featuring the traditional Japanese taiko bow. And they'll be walking us through some of the ancient instrumentation of the Japanese Baizhang period from 1392, between 1392 and 1596. So, yeah, here we go. Dapper Dads.
John Williams, the goddamn composer. Oh, fuck. Wow, that's fantastic. I would listen to the shit out of that.
John Williams, the goddamn composer.
What if that's how NPR really was?
Oh, I would listen to so much more NPR all the time. Literally,
if they were like, and today on the show we've got the motherfucking young rich nation themselves, Migos, here in the studio, and Quavo is going to be telling us a little bit what it was like to work with Travis Jack himself. It's Cactus Jack. I'm not going to be corrected on my own goddamn show. I do not talk this quietly and this immersively so that I can become here and told what to do. I go home and
scream. Do you think they go home and just scream?
I go home and I scream in my wife's face, regardless of what she's doing or what company she has over. One time, my wife was having a sex toy party, and I walked right into the house, threw the biggest dildo I could find on the table, and it stuck to the wall with the suction gun. My point wasn't even made because all of my wife's friends were laughing at me so very, very hard.
She sold 6 of those dildos immediately.
The joke is on them. I take pictures of them every time in the house. I jack off on them, and then I rub them together, and I say, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. And then it goes back into my shame box, which gets stored behind the toilet where my wife will never look. Because I'll be damned if she cleans anything for once in the house. It's not what I pay that small Haitian woman for.
I'm very sorry for what you're going through, but I don't need this kind of negativity.
Know what I'm going through.
You're sick and your knee hurts.
My knee doesn't just hurt.
I know.
Knee is fucked.
Is that why you're wearing gym shorts?
That's part of the reason it's also a very nice day outside.
It's so nice outside. Had to bust the chinos out.
Yeah, perfect day to just sit on your couch.
He took
both of us.
What was I supposed to do?
He took both of us to the bathroom.
No, he didn't.
And he put us on like a coat.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, you weren't there.
Was I too busy dancing to Billy Idol?
No, you were just... Some more shitty testicles jammed into your asshole.
I mean, I just feel like it would hurt. Like if you're popping it. Because like...
Yeah, like, you ever had your balls mashed?
I mean, yeah, I've had my balls mashed, but then I'm also thinking about like how much force you sometimes got to use to put your dick in someone's ass, and you got to like really work it in. I feel like...
Yeah, it's like buttholes are tight.
Yeah, for a reason.
And not just naturally gaping like they should be.
Yeah, but when they gape, it's like, I feel like that's...
When they gape, sometimes it's hard to watch.
I feel like you could marble when it's gaping, but if it's not gaping, you're not going to marble.
Yeah, but if it's gaping, I feel like you just drop it in like a tea bag, but in a butthole.
She said, drop that meat in me just like a shopping cart.
Recording. This is going to be a... It wasn't even recording. That's the Nightmare Day from Hell. Featuring God himself.
We're going to have Kanye in here?
Yes. I haven't smoked a cigarette since last night. You ever smoke too many cigarettes and the next day you're like, do I do it?
That was last night, and then me on the way over here, I was like, do I? And then I was like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've waited. Because I was doing it. I was smoking when we were listening to one of the songs last night, and I was like, I don't need to be doing it. I get that's how I know.
That's why I didn't smoke any after I bought that pack at the
I know,
gas
yeah.
station,
I was like, we smoked one that like I enjoyed, which was the one outside, and then all of them in the car was like unnecessary.
yeah.
And yeah, that's usually when I know I'm like pretty drunk and I've had quite a day, because I'm like, get to the point where I'm smoking a cigarette and I'm just like, this is stupid and worthless.
You were very drunk for what it's worth.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Happens a lot. I still don't hear me.
I can hear myself just
when
fine.
You're on the mic. I guess I can hear myself a little bit now.
Yeah, there we go.
Life is a fickle bitch. Life has a pickle dick. You know what I mean?
I don't respect you if you say pickle Rick.
Yeah, they really ruined that show.
The second I saw that fucking kid jumping up and down on that McDonald's counter going, where's my Szechuan sauce? And then dude did that like Naruto run on the way out. I was like, yep, cannot associate with this anymore.
I just don't know why we can't have nice things.
Because that's just the fucking reality we woke up in today, man. It fucking sucks.
I didn't watch that show for so long. And when I finally watched it, and then everyone ruined it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
See, I liked it when it first came out. I was into it back when like it came out like 2012 or something like that, 2013.
I thought it was a children's show.
Well, it looks like it at
Yeah,
first because
and
it has
it's,
so many like bright colors and stuff
yeah,
like that.
and
You know?
I like-
It's almost confusing these days with the amount of shows that have like, you know, like grown-up cartoon themes. Like there's one out there that looks just like Adventure Time, but it's like highly sexual and fucking terrible. I mean, it's not terrible. It's a fucking wonderful show that I can't get enough of. But
Yeah, it's very confusing, and I specifically didn't watch it because I thought it was a children's show, and people were telling me, and I was like, never said it out loud. What the fuck is going on?
I have no idea.
Everything's weird. You're like so turned down, and I'm so turned up. It's like our real
Per
life.
it's just like our love life,
Per
honey.
usual.
Per usual, you stupid bitch. Why won't you look at me during? I think I mentioned this on the show once before, or I mentioned it to you, but there was one time I was trying to get like a specific CD in the media play, and this is the genius my father impaired upon me from the world. Instead of being like, oh, well, you should go talk to them and see if they can order it for you, he's like, call using different voices every time and then ask if they have that, because then they're going to realize that there's a huge demand for the product, and then they're going to want to stock it. And I was like, okay. So I was like, 10 or 11, highly impressionable child. You tell them to do something fun, I'll do it. So I called the radio station. Requested songs from the band and the album coming out. And then I called media play constantly in different voices that I could muster up as a 9-year-old, like different accents and stuff.
Yeah.
Just being like, hey, do you have this CD in stock? I was looking for this, and I just, I was looking on your website. I didn't see it anywhere, so I just wanted to call and see if it's available in your store. And they're like, no. Okay. And I was like, okay, thanks. But then as a genius, I would call back 5 minutes later and just be like, hello, I'm looking for this CD, and I was wondering if it was in stock. Yeah, that little man was down here fucking with the shit.
I fucking hate that guy.
What would you do if you were going through the Dabbles and you like heard some shit and it was just like, just like fucking with the mic?
It wouldn't be worse than anything else I've heard in it.
Really? Are you that desensitized from it?
Yeah. It's a lot of work, just even fucking... Like, I gotta find out a better system for sure. Because I go through it and chop out, like, the pieces I like, and then I just have them, like, stacked up, and then I feel like I have to listen to it, like, 10 different times to remember, like, what part's what, and... I don't know. It's way worse than I thought it was gonna be.
You just sound so broken.
Yeah, I am. Why doesn't this sound loud? Is it me? Checkity. I don't know. Who fucking cares?
Chickity check.
You gonna do this again with the hoodie?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? Who fucking raised... To have it zipped a little bit, that feels nice. Yeah. Glad we're yelling in the pre so I can properly level this, because we've been clipping the last couple episodes.
You got a third one? Yes.
Yeah, these are minor things, but now we're in it too deep to where they've become far past minor annoyances to me.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
They're ruining my life.
You're the one who wanted to do this. We can stop this at any time.
Can we?
Literally, if you were like, man, I'm not feeling the podcast anymore, I'd be like, shit, that's fine.
All right, I'm not feeling the podcast anymore.
Okay, shit, I guess I just gotta deal with it, man. I guess I'll go home.
Oh, I see how it is.
You just want to get rid of me so you can do a solo podcast that you believe to be better.
Yeah, it's all about how I hate you.
How are you gonna sit here and do a podcast by yourself?
Probably more efficiently.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Less to
You're
edit.
easily replaceable.
I am. In every aspect.
You're just a face and a name. Just like all the other ones. You find out this is my 14th podcast.
I don't know what I would do. It's like one of those crazy identity things where like the maid of the house finds all the other robotic maids and they find out they're a robot.
Yeah, it's just like that. You're a robot. How's it feel?
Then why not have memories and feel love?
They were programmed into you to make you think you were a person.
Then why can't I create new ones?
New technology to keep you going.
We can rebuild him.
I don't know if we can. We don't have the power. A less successful $6 billion man.
There's no the $6 man. That's who I would
Yeah.
be, the $6 man. We could, I don't know, throw some quarters at it and see what happens.
80 quarters.
Shut up.
It's both me again. All of this is fucked.
Ah, great. Vanity at this point.
Well, maybe you're loud enough to where we'll hear your stupid voice. In the
Yeah, you'll just
background.
hear me echoing in the background like ASAP Ferg.
That's
You're stupid and worthless. I know, I agree.
that's where you belong.
Did you just hear a drill?
Is this it for the Dapper
Is
Dads?
this it? Are the Dapper
Find out
Dads?
in about 5 minutes.
The
while
Dapper
we die.
Dads die. There's no way that isn't a
Yeah.
drill.
I mean, that's something. A hole pops through the ceiling.
No, I feel like if there was going to be a cartoonish hole cut out above us, it'd be like the hacksaw coming through and
Yeah, real slow. Ah, shit.
and then someone comes down standing in the middle of where they were sawing around. It's Matt the God.
Of course. Then there's
What
going to
if
be
he's got
bigger
a super
questions.
small sawzall he's using to create like half?
I feel like the Sawzall would make a more gagoosh noise.
But what?
Like gagoosh, 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 gagoosh.
Yeah, I know that sound.
Yeah.
Gagoosh, gagoosh, gagoosh.
No. You don't. No, you don't know that sound.
Oh God, you're right. I'm so sorry.
It's like
I
the
just
40-year-old
wanted to be.
virgin when he was like, I was feeling on her boobs, and
Those
they were
feel-
like wet bags of sand.
Hell yeah. When I was a kid, my uncle took one of those stress sand balls at the hospital and he squeezed it so hard that it popped.
It seems like he had a gross amount of stress.
Just a gross amount of
power.
gross. No,
Sheer manly.
no, that man is not powerful. Let's not go ahead
It
and.
kind of sounds like it.
I mean, he had a lot of muscles.
Yeah, which equal power.
No,
Have
that
you not
man-
seen the chart in my bedroom?
Picture like
Muscles equal power.
picture like a beta male covered in muscles. It's crazy.
All right.
Yeah, that's what it was. So like he looked aesthetically tough, but like he didn't know how to fight.
Well, I think it's 80%.
He could catch a fade right now and just die, and his biceps look 3 times as bigger than mine do.
as bigger than mine do.
It's been a
So
day.
you want to fight your uncle?
I do want to fight my uncle actually because he's a huge piece of shit. I'd love to fight my uncle.
Wow.
One time I actually considered going and
To fight him?
I actually considered going to fight him. I've considered going to throwing stuff into his onto his house several times. I've considered taking gasoline and burning words into his lawn.
That one will get out of control quick.
That one gets out of control very
Yeah.
quickly. It doesn't just stay letters.
Try to burn a word, and then you facing 10 to 20.
I mean,
for
I've also
arson.
thought about just like doing design, like the design of a big dick on his front lawn with fertilizer so it grows faster in the shape of a dick.
Yeah. Ever think about putting bleach in a paint can with aluminum foil and throwing it at his car to strip all the paint off of his car?
Now I am. Because that sounds peachy.
Yeah. It's very dangerous. I wouldn't
Bleach in a paint thinner can?
recommend- Just a paint can. Like, that's just...
What does the tin foil do?
works with the bleach to create some sort of chemical
that just strips paint
thing.
off cars.
Like immediately, as soon as it touches it, it's like
So empty paint can, bleach, and then just like balls of aluminum foil, or do I just like put a sheet of it on top of
like
it?
balls. Yeah. I don't know. Google. Well, I don't Google that.
Yeah,
Actually.
that sounds like something that'll come back bad on us. Someone types in Dapper Dad's aluminum ball bleach bomb, and we're like,
Yeah, I watched that documentary with the guy that made the Anarchist Cookbook.
yeah.
Oh, it's very interesting because he's like, I didn't mean for this to go this way.
Like be a thing.
Yeah, but like it kind of sets him up good because he totally did want it to be like what it's used for, like anarchy, obviously. Yeah. But then when like the Columbine shit and everything, he's like, kind of like tried to get away from it.
Right.
And, like, pretend he didn't write that, but it's like very obvious he did.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they keep asking him if he regrets it. And he's like, no, because it wasn't supposed to be used like this. And then by the end of the documentary, he's like, I regret it. And I was also molested. Because that's always got to happen in the documentary.
What?
You're like, I don't know why this had to come out like this.
No.
But, yeah, it was pretty
Man, what am I going to do when they do a documentary about us someday? And at the end, you're just
like, make sure you say you're molested.
I'm not going to say I got molested.
It'll definitely help.
But what's it going to help exactly?
The audience will feel sympathy for you for the first time in their life.
I mean, they're going to feel sympathy for you just from looking at you. I mean, come on. There's going to be
Is this me? Am I the one telling? I wouldn't tell you to be molested. That's like a director off screen.
Oh, I thought you were telling me.
But I like how it had to become an insult against me.
Well, because I figured you were. I mean, out of the two of us, who looks more molestable? Let's be real.
Oh yeah, I look like a child.
Yeah.
The fact I wasn't molested is honestly astonishing.
Can we say that?
I mean, yeah.
Part of the reason I
can say that because I wasn't molested.
Part of the reason my dad got us out of Rockford when I was very young is he's like, yeah, he just looks, blonde hair, blue eyes. He looks super molestable.
I mean,
he was like, he just looks like creep.
Weren't you giant though?
Yeah, that's my thing. I feel like that would deter. Like they want to take a small, weak child, not a child that
can really
not a
behind.
child that looks like he can like take a thing of McNuggets and like flip them into his mouth, just like.
Yeah, the kid that looks like he might be able to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah. Why don't we go kidnap that retarded 12-year-old over there?
I was real frail as a child. Again, real molestable.
I mean, still frail as an adult for what.
Yeah,
it's
but
worth.
I'm like now I'm husky. I mean, I was like, you could definitely molest me as a child. You probably can't molest me anymore. I mean, it depends.
Probably.
Well, like, what if I'm drugged?
What's your percentile rate here of not getting molested? Like, what's the percent that you think you couldn't get molested?
Like 17.
Because I'm like 76% sure.
Well, I'm only 17% unsure. So I'm 83% sure I won't be molested. Is that good?
This is the quarters debacle.
Yeah, I know. I wish you wouldn't have brought this up. There's always a chance you can be molested.
The spring pre is all about doing math and hard problem solving.
Listen to the dads do math. Real bad. Worse than you would have imagined.
Bad. So you go into a Whole Foods, right? And you're there for a death match, and you're buying 36 watermelons. You also buy 12 gallons of milk.
All right.
Farmer John comes in and takes 12 of your watermelons and 3 of your gallons of milk and distributes it evenly among the proletariat. How many watermelons?
24.
No. I'm not done yet. Are you left with? What is the tax in that county going to be on the watermelon?
How would I have that knowledge? You didn't tell me where I was shopping. You didn't tell me how much watermelons were. Where? The tax in that county? You didn't give me the fucking county.
And this is exactly what the public school system is like, and that's why all these fucking kids are dumb as hell.
You don't give me part of the question.
You don't give us part of the question, and then you're like, no, 2 + 2 does equal 5 if there's hidden fractals that you don't really see there.
Yeah,
so
there's another one in the back.
Yeah, there's a bunch of numbers in the back that you forgot to pull out of your ass that really, since numbers are a made-up construct anyway, we can just do whatever the fuck we want.
This is true. Yeah, that got intense.
Yeah, everything gets intense with us eventually. We don't know when to quit.
Yeah.
Ever.